one of the big days really on the tech calendar. One of their brand ambassadors, Maponyanye, joining me now. Maps, good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. I mean, when we talk about tech, you go back 10 years. My children look at this phone and they say, but I can't see myself. It really shows you how things have changed.
Things have changed in a massive way, and especially, you think of the launches and how every single year there's something new coming out, and Samsung especially being able to do that over a series of different products a few times a year, and to continue innovating, it's definitely chalk and cheese if you try and compare from the first time that we had our big flagship launches being the Note series or the S series, and now it's a whole new level.
All right, let's go live to that event. It's taking place virtually, of course, but gadgets, cell phones, not only functional tools to make and receive calls, already becoming part of our daily lives. You're probably watching this on a cell phone. Their role's been further highlighted during COVID-19 pandemic, just to stay in touch. Well, Samsung's big launch event just beginning. Let's go live there now.
Get your game on. So excited. Woo! Boys, go home. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Right, Maponyanye, of course, Samsung brand ambassador with us, and of course played a lot in the entrepreneurial and the media space. Maps, I mean, when we try and look at what's actually going to be unveiled, it's always hard to know, right? What we do know is that cell phones just get better so quickly. I mean, I can't think of a product that's improved more quickly than cell phones over the last 10, 20 years.
Definitely can't really compare to that at all. It's been something that in every single way across the board, it's not just about the camera. It's not just about the sound, the display. It's everything into one, and it makes it harder and harder each year to firstly not be enticed into this new way of life and having the best that you can possibly have. But also in terms of how much you can do on your device now, it's unlike any other time, and it's unprecedented that you can continue to keep up at this rate, and somehow they just managed to do it.
The other thing that's changed is that, 5 years ago, as little as 5 years ago, there's no such thing as a wearable, right?
Yes. You
might have been able to, watch Newzroom Afrika on your phone. You could sort of, make calls. WhatsApp calls weren't quite coming, but they were sort of on the horizon. The idea was on the horizon, although I don't know anyone who made a video call on an actual phone network for some reason. But wearables, and I'm talking about wireless earphones and watches, that's really changed the game.
Yeah, that's changed the game in a massive way. I mean, we've moved in that wireless direction, and you'll see that across the board with all tech and interchangeable smart tech that all works together. And with wearables such as the watches that you mentioned, as well as we now have, it's so hard not to give away so much when there's really big things coming up, but of course we can't let too much up. But people are now wanting the convenience of having less clutter and less in the way, and seeing how they can make their lives as seamless and as convenient as possible.
And at the same time, what all of this does, of course, is that it makes big changes. I mean, now you can sort of walk through a shopping mall. Oh wait, that's so 2019. you can go jogging, still allowed to do that. And you don't have cables and things. You have these things in your ears. I mean, sometimes you actually forget they're there.
100%. So 3 quick things I'd probably mention. I would go for a jog, and now I have less inconvenience with wiring. I've got my earless buds in, and I'll be jogging with my buds while I've got my watch on, which is obviously tracking my performance. And then if I want to stop for a drink, I don't have to worry about carrying money on me or any of that anymore. I can just use my Samsung Pay, and I can actually pay with my credit card on my watch by just tapping my watch on any pay point device.
That paying issue is really changing the game as well. I mean, you see more and more people doing it, and when you go into a shop and you see someone doing it, the cashiers aren't surprised anymore.
They aren't surprised anymore, and that novelty was so much fun in the beginning. There's still the odd person who's now getting surprised that you can do it on your phone, and it's not just about you can do it on your watch, not just about the phone. And And I think what's really important about that does make them surprised, is when you explain that it's actually very safe and it's very secure. You can't enter that without your biometrics, and someone can't just take your phone and be able to use it. So it's a whole lot more convenient, and to be honest, I have no need to kind of carry around a wallet anymore, and I think it makes things lighter and a whole lot easier for us, with less worry of being able to lose our valuables.
I mean, there's a centralization thing, right? Everything's in one sort of thing, which makes it so much more convenient.
Absolutely, and I think that's what we're looking for in these modern times: convenience, efficiency, how we're using our time as best as we can so that we can get as much done as we can, and how do I worry less about everything that I may need to get from one place to the other. And if we think about the times that we're in right now regarding the pandemic, we're already kind of having that where we're leaving our home and we're running back like we're superheroes because, oh, we forgot our masks. And, you know, if you could just kind of somehow be able to never have to worry at all about forgetting something because it's been centralized into one product, I think you would definitely take that option.